What did I say when I came in the studio?
He said...
Oh, wait, we don't... I forgot we're recording.
He said, why does it smell like black people in here?
I
Referring
didn't.
to the fact that Jorge was eating barbecue chicken from Key Foods.
Yeah.
And a watermelon water? So racist, Mike. You're so racist. Mike's racist.
I'm wearing the Yankee Fitted, the new era.
Turn it around. Surprise us.
The new era 5150. Isn't that crazy?
What does that mean?
New era had the 5150 first.
What is... I don't know what either of the... You're saying gibberish to me right now.
Isn't 5150 the Trump protest?
No, 5150 is what you call to like get people admitted to a mental hospital if they are not going willingly. Pretty sure, right? Yeah, Jorge's backing me up on that. That's the number that you call to like get someone forcefully admitted to a mental hospital.
Then I don't know what I was saying. Start this episode over.
Welcome to GaS Digital Now, the GaS Digital wrap-up show. We talk about everything that happened on the network this week or, you know, just the important stuff. I'm Natalie. That's
I'm
Blind
Mike. Thanks for saying my name.
Okay, sorry. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Blind Mike, and we're here with a tremendous show for you that we didn't discuss before we got on air.
No, we're just winging it. We're spitballing it. We're freeballing it. I got a really good iced tea from the deli. A real tea. It puts me in good spirits.
That's me and pizza.
Pizza. Mike is very upset that his local dollar pizza place is now $1.50.
It's the toppings that are egregious.
Why?
Because it used to be $7.50 and now it's $9.
For what?
3 topping slices.
How much is a pie? You should just get a pie.
I can't eat a pie by myself.
Yeah, but save half of it for tomorrow.
It's dollar pizza. It's not going to save.
It's not going to eat the first time, personally.
Well,
Mike was so upset, and I'm like, maybe this is a sign from God that you should stop eating dollar pizza every week.
You don't understand the momentum and energy that pizza creates.
You could at least get a better one.
Then it's expensive.
Bad pizza would not motivate me.
But then it's expensive. The idea is it's cheap pizza.
And that's what motivates you, is that it's cheap?
Cheap and pizza.
I don't like pizza that much. I don't like pizza that much that even bad pizza would motivate me.
It's okay pizza.
I would rather get like Chinese food. I'd rather get like a pint of fried rice for like $5.
Because you are...
What are you going to call me?
I don't know. My brain shuts off when I get in here. I had pizza and
Here's what we got. We were both at Skanks this week, so we'll talk about that. Tim Dillon was on. Story Wars has switched locations.
And we got a sick new accessory added to the stakes in Story Wars that I will show on camera when we get to it.
I would like to hear about that. Zach Amico has the new morning show.
We're going to talk about
Monday,
that
Wednesday,
and
Friday.
Some of our favorite topics that they discuss on the first episode.
For sure. Dave Smith had kind of a high-profile debate. I realize that part of the problem is not technically on GaS Digital Network, but it is a GaS property, so we can still talk about it. I produced that show, so I can talk about it. He had a very high-profile debate. It
affects our world.
Absolutely. They talked about it on Skanks.
And the Friday Night Hang.
For sure. You had something funny from On the Gate this week.
Yes, there's a funny little fight story that Dave Temple talked about.
Love it.
That I wanted to include.
And yeah, all that and more this week on GaS Digital Now. I was going to say GaS Digital Network. The network. For sure. Can I tell something
A recap.
That's what the show's about. Can I say something from the meeting today that's sort of some studio lore? Mm-hmm. John Hazard told us that he likes to watch this show when he wakes up in the middle of the night with anxiety.
Voyeur.
And that is perhaps the best compliment anyone's ever given about our show, especially coming from John.
Well, is it like he's listening to like a murder podcast before he goes to sleep?
John, if you're listening, is this like a murder podcast? Is this like how chicks fall asleep to true crime?
I think this is what this is.
Either way.
He's like Stockholm Syndrome himself. into working here.
If you enjoy listening to this show, regardless of why, I like that. I like hearing that. That made me really happy. He's helping us work on a new logo, as well as perhaps soon an intro.
He helped with the Morning Zoo graphics. He was instrumental almost.
He was instrumental. In the first episode of Zach Amico's Morning Zoo, which you said, Frank pointed out, is also Zam's, which is Zach Amico's Midnight
I also
Spook Show.
pointed out
his
that
other podcast.
Midnight Spook Show has the same meaning almost as Morning Zoo. Spook Show and Zoo. Just different times a day. This is why we're demonetized.
I'm gonna let you sit
Rumble.
in this one literally as long as possible.
This is why.
Chris Vega pointed out on the first episode of Morning Zoo this week that it shows you how much we actually care about and respect Zach, that his intro and his graphics have such attention to detail and are so well executed and so Zach.
I just want to point out your intro, your background, and your logo have an attention to detail that this is how much everybody around here loves you, that no one else. Literal, like, Ralph has been like, these people are famous, give them something good, and fucking somebody else slap something together. And this is the best package I've seen. This is your logo.
By the way, that's
intro.
the only time you're ever going to hear Zach Amico, the best package I've ever seen.
And I completely agree with him.
It's very 90s.
It is. It's very 90s. It's 80s, I would even say.
I wasn't alive for that.
I've never seen anything that came out before I was alive.
Not really.
Famous Mike quotes. Half of the music you listened to came out before you were alive.
MGMT.
Also, you were born in 1998. Be honest.
And I was alive to see the graphics packages.
True.
The graphic packages were
There
in
are
my
some graphic
face.
packages at GaS Digital. Yeah. So what do you have for? I was gonna call it Spook Show. What were you gonna?
Morning Zoo.
Morning Zoo.
So I wanted to just talk about this a little bit because I wanted to go back to kind of our old Gas Now format a little bit where we
Sure.
have a discussion.
Please.
Because they talked about Riley Reid's number one turnoffs in the bedroom.
Okay.
So
Is
I
that a
wanted.
porn star?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're fucking with me.
No.
Did you really? Yeah, she's a tennis athlete, Nat.
Well, I don't fucking know. Maybe she was a comedian. I don't know.
What?
You named a woman's name.
Riley Reid is ubiquitous.
When's the last time I've watched a porn star and knew the name of the porn star? Be so for real.
You big twittis. What?
Excuse me? What does that mean?
You big twittis.
Oh, got it. Took me a second. That's how you know a joke is good if you can't figure it out.
Where's the bomb spray?
It's I don't know.
If I said Lisa
Whatever.
Ann, you
All
would
right,
be
I only
like,
know Lisa.
huh?
No, I only know Lisa Ann because she had a show on this network.
That's crazy.
Yes, swear on my fucking life, if I did not work at GaS Digital,
You know what?
I would not know who Lisa Ann was by name.
I
I
know
swear on
why.
my life. Why?
Because you only watch hentai for the
I
plot.
haven't watched any video porn in. I was gonna say years. That's not true. In months.
What?
And I never pay attention to what the names are.
Really?
Ever.
What are you doing for stimulation?
I'm on Tumblr.
That's crazy.
Or I'm using the old-fashioned way.
You're
memories, dog.
banking it?
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
Oh my god.
This is a compliment to you, okay?
That's analog.
Yes.
That's I can't you
Swear on my life.
more power to you because you know.
But, I mean, to be fair.
How do you not get distracted and like think about
I do.
your cat or something?
It takes a while. Sometimes it takes a while. Or I fall asleep. I guess that's not 100% true, but it is. I am serious that I never once pay attention to who's in it.
Okay, we're getting a little off track here.
So what were her
But
turnoffs?
It's still crazy to me you don't know who Riley Reid is.
I can only infer by the fact that it's such a succinct name that it would be a porn star name.
Yeah, also that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
I just wanted to make sure.
Oh my god.
What did she
Who's-
say?
Who's Natalie DeChico is my question.
What did she say?
So she said, quote, I hate it when a guy doesn't brush his teeth. He wants to kiss and he's got some rank ass breath. That shit really kills the mood.
You have a cum breath, Riley Reid.
Yeah.
Perpetual cum breath.
Chill out.
Lady, I was going to put my tongue in your butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to brush my teeth after. What are you, fucking nuts?
Brush my teeth again after all this?
Also, that's not like. That's just a I don't know. I was hoping it was like a more of a maneuver situation.
Yeah.
Like, what's a thing that guys think works that doesn't, which all women have a different opinion on.
Yeah. I can learn a new sex move. I can't brush my fucking teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not that shouldn't be the point of the article. It should be like,
I hate when guys try to suck my toes, like that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
It should
I agree.
be when the guys don't brush their teeth.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is pretty baseline. I agree. Completely.
Joe Gorman had a funny line where he's like, please don't say Fortnite.
It's funny. So where did you want to get to with this?
I wanted to know what yours were.
Turn-offs. Bedroom turn-offs?
In the bedroom, hookup culture.
Yeah, I agree with her that smelling bad is always not so good.
But I mean, like, in the act.
Yeah, not being considerate about how I'm feeling. Like being aloof to my feelings. Not caring if I get off or not.
Oh, we also I'm sorry, we didn't mention this in the bumper at the beginning, but there is one other thing we have to talk
Oh
about.
God, what is it?
I'll get to it. We'll get
Please,
to
wait,
it.
what show is it?
Are you gonna cut it out so we can be more
No, I want to know.
succinct?
What is it? I want to know what show it is.
The Regs.
Oh, you have to tell me about the Regs.
Do you
Okay,
not
yeah.
know?
No, I
What
don't know.
happened?
No, I only know from over my shoulder Frank listening to it in the living room.
The living room.
I've been calling it the living room lately, and I kind of like it.
The drawing room.
The drawing room.
That's where John sits.
True. That was a good one. I liked that. Yes.
'Cause
So,
you like gay puns.
what are your bedroom turn-offs, Michael?
Okay.
And okay, can you take your hat off for a second? Be real, for real, Mike.
What?
Be genuine, Mike. You have to take the hat off to be genuine.
So the reason why I thought about the Regs just now was because Lewis was saying that. So Joe List was tossing out a bunch of hypotheticals, and one of them was,
Classic Joe.
would you rather have like $10 million or give up blowjobs for the rest of your life? And
Okay, like, would you press the button?
And Lewis was like, I would take the money. I'm actually less into blowjobs now than I used to be. And I was like, I kind of agree, but only because I'm ADHD.
Yeah, you have to get like a VR headset or something.
It's not even that. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to focus.
I agree.
But
Being
I don't
in the
know.
receiving
I don't
end
know
is
if
hard to
more
focus.
stimulation and flashing lights is the
I guess
solution
not.
to that.
I guess not. Yeah, you're
It's
right.
just a bunch of pop-up ads.
Yeah. You gotta like read a book or something. Like the way that like if you have ADHD, you have the thing that goes across each word. You have to get that for your brain.
Oh, the bouncing ball.
Yeah, basically. yeah. But yes.
Too much moaning.
Is a turn off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, keep it sexy, but don't.
Don't fake it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say obviously no starfishing.
Oh, like not but staying there and not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think a costume would.
I don't think I
fare
fuck
well.
with a costume either. Yeah.
Or toys for that matter.
I'm not against a toy, but I am against a costume. I'm against a character.
The same way that you like to jerk off to thoughts in your head, I like to have sex without props.
Okay.
No Looney Tunes sex for me.
Looney Tunes sex, ropes and hammers and chains.
Yeah.
I'm against a character. I think I would break. I'm not a good actor. That's why I also don't ever fake it.
It's just corny.
I'm not a faker. I don't fake. I would rather just be like, I'm done. I'm not going to finish.
And I want to be into you, not
Yeah.
Donald Duck.
Yes. But I'm not against a toy.
I can't reenact the opening scene of Inglourious Bastards. I just think that's a little intricate.
3. Have you seen Inglourious Bastards?
I was referring to the first scene where he's looking through the house.
Oh. I was thinking of
What happens in 3?
the fact that he reveals that he's European and not American, or maybe it's the opposite by the fact that he does it like this instead of like this.
Oh.
Or maybe it was this. I don't remember.
It was the
It's been a
first
while.
one. You had it right the first time, I think.
Should we tell them about Tarantober or whatever the fuck we were gonna do? Whatever month.
Septarantino.
Septarantino.
It's happy Vin Diesel, first of all, to
Right.
everyone who celebrates.
Yeah, and
This is following up
Justin
on
Longueury.
Alex and Harrington's creation of Justin Longueury.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
decided
yeah.
to continue the celebration into Vin Diesel, and we have not watched the one movie he recommended, which is Vin Diesel with hair.
I would actually like to do. All of these are kind of bits. I would love to do 1 month where we watch every Tarantino movie because there's only 8.
Septarantino.
Tarantino.
I
yeah.
love Reservoir Dogs.
I love Reservoir Dogs too.
I've seen that one more than Pulp Fiction.
Me too. Me too. All good ones. Actually, that's not true. There's some bad ones, but most of them are good. Not bad. All right, this is not the point. Yeah. Is that what they talked about on Morning Zoo?
The turnoffs, and they were talking tacos,
Oh.
and there were a lot of franchises. I didn't know Jack in the Box had tacos. I didn't know Hardee's had tacos.
2 places that I think I've been to maybe once in my life.
And I would be I was appalled to know that they sold tacos.
Yeah, that's
Not-
kind of disgusting.
That's like if Checkers sold egg rolls.
Brilliant. Yes, you're 100% right. Also, both are equally nasty. I've eaten at Checkers and I've eaten at Jack in the Box, and both are comparable quality, which is bad.
Yeah.
I hate both. If I never ate it either again, I would not be upset about it.
It's like if Rally's sold lasagna.
I don't know what Rally's is.
I know
Don't.
we just had this discussion.
Not worth it. Doesn't matter. Where are they located? If they're not in New York or New Jersey, I don't care.
Well, what is your favorite
Taco spot?
fast food taco?
Taco Bell. The only correct answer. Literally the only correct answer. If you're talking about fast food, like down and dirty fast food, Taco Bell is the right answer. I feel like anything above that is not fast food anymore, even if it's fast.
Oh, Rally's and Checkers are the same. I don't know why I thought they were
Oh.
different.
Is that like Hardee's and Carl's Jr.?
Well, those Johns are different.
They have the same logo.
Yeah, but they're different. They serve different things and have different locations.
I like that in New York it's easy to find a cheap taco that is good. It's probably even easier in California, but I like that you can find a cheap taco for good. A good taco for cheap around here.
Yes, and that is my biggest turnoff in the bedroom is a messy taco.
I was going to say another place to find a cheap taco is, and I blanked on a lesbian bar name. Damn it. This is why I'm not a comic. How would you say that the first episode of this new morning show is?
Well, I'll tell you what. Coyote Ugly is gonna turn me into a lesbian.
Why?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. No, they can't handle the interrogation.
Let's move on.
What were we talking about? Morning Zoo. That was it. That's all I had.
They talked about something on both Morning Zoo,
But it was a
and-
good start. I would say it was a great beginning chapter into this.
Absolutely.
into
Two perfect guests for the first one. Zach put it. He was like, "There's no one except Chris that I would want here for the first episode."
And Gorman.
He didn't say that, but he assumed. He presumed. There was one topic that they talked about both on Skanks and on Morning Zoo.
Excuse me, that was Mickey Rourke. That's my reaction to Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke and Jojo Siwa on Big Brother together.
I did not know about the dancing TV show, and that was very funny.
Really? Where did you think she came from? Anywhere? Just out of nowhere?
Yeah, I just thought she was a dochi.
Oh, fuck you. That's not real. And Andy Malafrena would back me up on that. Andy has gone on record and said that Dochi is not a plant. No, she was in Toddlers and Tiaras. And she was so cute and so sad. It was so sad. And then
I didn't even know about that show until they brought it up on Skanks.
Are you kidding?
So funny.
Are you kidding?
No.
You didn't know what it was at all?
Just found out about it.
That's crazy. I didn't watch it.
I'm obsessed.
I didn't watch it, but I was a regular viewer of TLC, which is what it was on. I liked What Not to Wear and Say Yes to the Dress and those type shit. And I thought you were going to say, which is what I was going to say, I did not know that they were doing Big Brother, let alone that Jojo Siwa and Mickey Rourke were on it.
I didn't know what I don't know what Big Brother is.
Big Brother was the first reality show.
What?
Obviously this is not
Really?
it. But Big Brother, pretty sure that's true. It was either Big Brother or Real World, was the first reality show as we know it now, which is here. Let's put all these people in a house and film them 24/7. See what happens.
Whoa.
That was Big Brother. Big Brother's watching you. That's a phrase that people say. Big Brother's watching you.
Fish tank is finding you.
Is that what they say?
That's what I'm saying.
And
I don't know why I'm off. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Kill
No,
me.
you're not off. You're fine. I have no feelings about it. I don't think that what they showed me of Mickey Rourke being kind of like slightly shitty to JoJo mattered. I don't know if it mattered. I don't know how that sentence started, but I feel like this man seems like he has had a brain injury. Like, let him go. He's being a piece of shit to you. I don't know if it needs to be news.
If you extrapolated all of the names from this, it sounds like something made by Walt Disney. Mickey and JoJo and Big Brother.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
I'm
Little
not-
anime-esque.
Yeah, it's I don't know I don't know this reality show. I don't know JoJo or Mickey.
You don't know JoJo at all, even a little?
I just know she sings or is a TikToker. This is my Riley Reid.
Hilarious. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And it's hard for me to assign an opinion to it because I just don't know. I'm emotionally uninvolved from any of the people.
So
in
here's
this.
what I know about JoJo before this. I knew that she started on Toddlers and Tiaras. I knew that she had a line of bows. I don't know what show she had after that as like a kid, but I know that she was like an icon for like little girls, and she had these big bows that she would sell.
So she's like a less trashy Honey Boo Boo. Like
Yes.
if Honey Boo Boo is someone to actually aspire to
Exactly. And she had this weird thing where they kept her as the little girl with the bows for
be. Which, by the way, I
too
aspire to be
long.
Honey Boo Boo.
I like that. I think that's a good goal for you.
Thanks.
She kept the bows until she was like 15 years old because that was her demographic, was these little girls. So they kept her kiddish for a long time, and that's why when she broke out of it, she was like, actually, I'm gay and I can't do this anymore. And then she got really annoying. And like, it's one of those things where it's like she was annoying when she was selling bows, but she was for children. So you kind of gave her the pass to be like, yeah, celebrities that are for children are going to be annoying.
Right.
And then when she tried to break into adult media and was still annoying, then people were like, all right, shut the fuck up. Her music was bad. Her dancing's bad. And then the clips that they showed are also what I know, especially her like singing in the car. She claimed that she wanted to, quote unquote, invent a new genre called gay pop or something like that.
Okay, I want to defend this from Skanks when they showed her singing.
Yeah.
You're still a traitor.
It sounds like my aunt. How did this person get famous?
Traitor.
And she's a singer, correct?
I mean, this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
And I just told you I raped a woman.
Yeah.
Less surprising than that voice.
I don't know. I'm completely willing to subscribe to the idea that she can't sing. But if you're a professional singer, likely you're recording something or you have singing lessons and your voice might be shot.
I agree.
So you might not necessarily, while you're just singing in a car, you might not be able to hit every note.
I completely agree with that. And I think that's something that they don't talk about nearly enough, which is that even people who are really good singers aren't that good 100% of the time. That being said, she posted this to be like, yeah, I really nailed this one. You know, and that's why people clowned her a little for it.
It was very reminiscent of my karaoke performance in Jamaica.
That's funny. Yeah, I have sympathy with her for that. And even the 21st birthday thing I thought wasn't that annoying. However, the clip of her talking about how her brain works different, I haven't stopped thinking about it in a bad
Cringy.
way. That one's pretty bad.
Well, even Lewis came to her defense about how shitty his 21st birthday ended.
yeah,
was
he said, I don't
surprised.
think that was that bad. He said to her, about her, I don't think this clip is that embarrassing.
And I thought it was...
I agree.
I thought it was funny that they watched enough of the Tiara show.
Toddlers and Tiaras, yeah.
And Tim was like, you know what? Maybe we got her all wrong.
I loved that, actually, and I think that would be a good clip from that episode. I think that's pretty brilliant.
By the way, this is the most disturbing. I actually feel bad for Jojo Siwa now. Like, we're like, what a dumb fucking bitch she is. What made her like that? And then you're like, oh. You're like, right,
We
okay.
take it all back. This girl is abused.
I feel bad.
Her mother literally grabbed her by the fucking belt and back of the shirt and flung her into fat pussy.
I mean, look at this. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I didn't realize we were going to start from the worst person ever and then memento our way back into a fucking sad story.
That's something that I really like about Tim, is that he has the... Like, because I think Skanks has a tendency to just dogpile on people.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, I notice, is about him both on rap and on Skanks to be like, here, let's show some empathy for this person if they deserve it, but also be funny about it.
Yeah, Tim Dillon and the Legion of Skanks did a heel turn on Jojo Siwa that I was not expecting.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yes. Yeah. I liked it. I know almost nothing about Mickey Rourke except for that he was like an actor when he was younger. Both shows separately, Morning Zoo and Skanks, said that he has been famous longer as a crazy person than he was famous as a hot person.
Kind of. I mean, I can't wait for Jojo Siwa to be famous for being annoying more than her music.
For Toddlers and Tiaras or for her music, yeah, for sure.
Dude, just being famous for being annoying is kind of awesome.
Yeah, Trisha Paytas, famous for being annoying. Mostly YouTubers are famous for being annoying, I would say. What's his name? Shane Dawson. No, Shane Dawson made content for a long time, and it's since turned on that. I went to Skanks. You go to Skanks a lot. I actually came into the city this week. I took the bus. I took myself out on a date. I did something that I didn't tell you at the time, which is... I feel like you will clown me for, or maybe you'll be sympathetic to it.
Oh my God, did you buy another woman 2 packs of cigarettes?
No, I did not.
You bought 4 packs of cigarettes, didn't you?
No, I did something more cheapskate than that. I went to a liquor store and bought 4 shots and put them in my bag before I got to the stand so that I wouldn't have to, so that I could get drunk for cheap without having to buy stand drinks.
Send it to Joe.
I was like embarrassed to drink them on the street.
This is Tom behavior.
Yes, it is.
Over this one of the first summers that I was hanging out at the stand with Tom, we would walk over together and we would buy the tall boy White Claws and drink them outside of the stand.
That's so funny.
It was the middle of the pandemic, so we got away with it.
I bought 4 because I had to hit the card minimum and I only drank 1. So I had my 1 shot before I went in, and then I got 1 beer at the stand, and that was... But then I was, like, down way earlier than I wanted to be, and I wanted to drink the other one, but I was like, I'm not gonna, in front of all these people, do a pocket shot. That's gross.
You need a flask.
I do need a flask, and I had the same thought. I do need a flask.
Maybe birthday gift.
Give me a flask put with like my name on it or something.
Yeah.
Or something cute on it. Yeah. But it was fun hanging out. We sat with Alex's mom.
Oh yeah, Alex's mom was there, and it was funny because she was asking to like talk to Big J before the show, and Alex was like, "You can't steal my talent minutes before showtime."
It was pretty funny. I don't remember why. She had him sign documents. I don't know what it was for.
Oh, probably for the divorce.
Oh, is she his lawyer?
It's somehow involved, maybe.
Oh,
maybe
cool.
not. I don't know.
I assumed
Actually,
it was
clip
for a
this
wedding.
all out. They, them on YouTube, April 20th.
They, them on YouTube. What do you want to
Easter
get into
Sunday.
next?
The Regs.
Let's please tell me about the Regs.
So do you not know what happened?
I only know that. Let me tell you what I know, and you can tell me if it's correct or not. Bobby Kelly walked out.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Okay, so what happened was...
I can't wait to hear. It's like, what's that saying? Not my circus, not my monkeys. It's like, I don't fucking whatever. It's not my fucking problem anymore. Have fun.
Not my circus, not my Godfrey.
Yeah, literally. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you keep saying racist shit about black people this episode? All Mike has done is say racist things, horrible things about black people.
You said it. I didn't say it.
No, I didn't.
You said monkeys. Cut this all out.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never compare black people to monkeys.
Cut this all out.
Especially on camera. And I'm going to tell Godfrey that you said that.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, please tell me about the Regs.
So it starts out already. Okay, so I want to ask.
Ooh.
When you were doing the Regs and they had their first off-air fight.
On-air fight.
Was there a tension in the air at the beginning of the episode?
No, there wasn't. I'm pretty sure.
It just started to kind of boil.
Yes. No. So what happened? What I want to say, I bet I could. I don't know if it matters. Either the second or third episode of the Regs, I was the producer. They halfway through the episode started talking about plugs, doing their plugs, and Lewis said, "I have a special on YouTube that's coming out. Please watch it." And they were making jokes that it's not good.
It was also especially ball busty that episode.
It was especially ball busty that episode. They hadn't found their footing for what is too much and what is the right amount.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then Lewis goes, "Hey, please cut that out. I want people to watch this special. I don't want the preconceived idea to be that it's bad."
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone clowned him for that because the problem with the I defend Lewis for that. I get why he would think that. However, when you're on the Regs, no one knows if you're serious because they say cut that out all the time as a joke. So then they just kept digging in, and then he just kept getting more and more angry until he and Bobby were like this, and this was cut out of the episode.
Sure.
And you can, if you're especially trained, you can find where the cut is that I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they just like stand up and start literally like these are their foreheads, like arguing like this. And then and all of that was cut out. And then they just kept doing the episode. It was because of that. Everything was fine before that, or as fine as the Regs can be.
Okay, so now we agree that was kind of a slow boil, a slow burn.
Yes, a slow burn.
Imagine if the episode started on a boil and then they just kept fiddling with the knob back and forth on the stove.
Okay.
Because so Bobby Kelly's power was out at his house.
Oh, okay.
And he was trying to just talk to his wife about the generator because she was having trouble turning it on.
Off air?
Yes, but he was also intermittently
taking
checked
calls
out during the episode, texting her on air.
I see.
And, Lewis was doing the thing of like, oh, if this was old YKWd, I'd be yelled at for having my phone out and on the episode.
Right.
Which also, can we just address that it was also a different world then, and phones weren't as interconnected to our lives, even as they are now. I know they were back then, but it's also, you know...
It was newer. What was that, like 10 years ago?
I think
years
it's
ago?
a little bit more acceptable to be on your phone now. I don't think that argument holds up, but regardless.
No, I agree. I think it's more of just like
Paying attention, being
No,
in the
it's like
moment.
you watching your brother be allowed a drink at your family party and being like, when I was his age, that never would have flown.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's a different time. Like, you don't care that it's a different time and they've gotten more relaxed. You're like, I had to deal with that. So do you.
Right. Yeah. So they're busting his balls a little bit too because they're like, it's not that big of a deal. Your power's out. Like you'll be fine.
Right. If you had a real job and you were at work, your wife would have to figure it out
And
some
he
other way.
was annoyed by that as well.
Yeah.
And so Bobby's hanging in there for the episode. He's trying to play ball. He's trying to have fun.
Yeah.
At least, you know, but you can tell he's kind
not
of
having it.
annoyed. And then he takes a phone call from Dawn and he was like, yeah, I'm going to be home in 20. And they're like, 20? We're like 20 minutes into the episode.
Yeah.
And they keep going. And then so they make a joke about how if Lewis is the point guard of podcasting,
Right.
if in relation to the Regs, Joe List would be the shooting guard.
Okay.
And then
God, they're such women. They love doing that. They're like, if I'm the Jim, are you the Pam?
Yeah,
I think you're Michael Scott, actually. They love naming each other. They're such women. It's crazy.
And we all know that Bobby's the size of Stanley. Or Kevin.
Uh-huh.
Kevin is better.
There you go.
And then Soder goes, and I would be like the Shaq. And then Lewis
That's funny.
Lewis goes, and Bobby?
I can't decide if I'm cutting it here or if I'm just going to let you try to force it out.
Number one, you're the shooting guard. Lewis is the point guard.
Yeah, I'm the shooting guard, like Michael Jordan. I'm averaging 32 a game over here. 6 MVPs.
I'm over here.
Probably would have won 8.
I'm Shaq. I'm Shaq Diesel. I'm at number 5. Staying alive. Pass me the rock.
Bobby's a mascot with a big silly head on.
Why don't you fuck off? I started this whole thing. You'd be nothing without me.
Bobby jumps on a trampoline and does a flip.
I hope Jay fucking leaves you.
Just a minute, Bobby really made me laugh.
I've got a silly noodle head.
He goes, here he comes. It's the dunking moose.
The dunking moose.
Bobby's leaving.
Bow, 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 bow,
You
bow,
fucking
bow.
made Bobby leave.
Oh, he'll be back.
He's not coming back.
I bet you he'll come back.
He's not.
And then Bobby
walks out.
And for the rest of the episode, they would play this song where like and then Joe Liz is like, and so we're all in the locker room and like, all right, what bit are you gonna run? What joke are you gonna do? And then there goes the moose with a t-shirt cannon. That was so funny.
Oh, so good. So good. So good. I can't wait to watch it while I'm editing this later.
It's so mean and so funny.
Yeah. Because it's also not true. Like, it's funny because it's not true.
Just calling someone a Duncan Moose. It creates such a funny visual in your head because you can see him like jumping on a trampoline to make a basket.
Yeah.
And
then he walked out and didn't come back for the rest of the episode?
Yeah, and so it was just the
brutal.
40 minutes in, so for another 60 minutes they were just hanging out.
Oh my god.
And it was kind of fun.
I bet it was fun.
Not in a way that Bobby is irreplaceable because I think he adds a great element to the show.
Of course, but every once in a while it's like Dad's gone. Dad's not home. It's funny.
It's in-service day.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
We're watching.
I can't wait
It's
to watch
like
that
watching. Oh fuck! What was that called? It's like watching Bill Nye.
Yeah. Putting a VHS in and putting
That's
the TV
in
in front of the
school.
class. Yeah. Putting on a video.
Yeah.
I remember Frank was watching this in the lounge yesterday, in the living room yesterday, and I overheard them joking about the fact that they can't include any Bobby ads after this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty funny.
And they did include one.
That's funny. Because, of course, like, is the idea that people think that the ads are in real time?
I don't know. But it was so. No update on what's going on. Even during plugs last night on Story Wars, Lewis was like, in my podcast, The Regs, which may or not be with Bobby Kelly, and Soder just doesn't respond. And I was like, oh.
That seems just so insane to me. I hope that it's a big stunt. I hope it's a big publicity stunt. I think it's a big publicity stunt.
I think this is...
Because for him to go, you made a joke that was too mean and now I'm not doing this show anymore, would be the gayest thing on the planet.
Yeah.
All due respect. Jorge, do you have
it
any
would be real
opinion
moose
on this?
behavior. He doesn't
Jorge's
watch the
pretending
Regs.
Well, he also made a joke, R.I.P. the Regs, earlier. Or was that you?
No, it was him, but he doesn't watch the Regs. Ask him.
Do you watch the Regs? He's off his
No, I
game.
don't watch the Regs.
He's
So
off his
you don't
game.
know what happened either.
He knew what happened.
I know it happens because I'm in all the subreddits.
God, you're a herb. God, you're so embarrassing. God, men are the worst. I keep saying you guys are such women, but it's all men that keep
Men are
exhibiting these
so
behaviors.
unserious.
Men are so unserious. Goddamn right. Men are so fucking gay and emotional. Men are so emotional. Men are the more emotional sex. And that's a fact.
I wish I had emotional sex with men.
I liked it. So that's very funny, and I hope that it's a big stunt. I think it's a big publicity stunt. I can see them doing it that way, as someone who used to work for them.
I've rewound that part at least 3 or 4 times. It's just so
Most
funny.
replayed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I love it. I love to hear it. I love to hear the drama. Do you want to move on?
The chamomile
tea is
tea.
hot.
Joe listed chamomile tea. That was the other thing. So
Green tea.
as Bobby was
Emperor tea.
Yeah. Earl Grey sweatshirt.
I don't think it's Earl Grey. I think Emperor tea is green.
Oh.
I've gotten it for him before.
True. After Bobby left, like within like a minute or two, they go, "Oh, text him. Can you get us coffee from downstairs?"
Wait, I'm pretty sure they did do that. Hold on,
Yeah.
I can confirm. I can confirm the Regs. Where's the Regs? Regs Main. Yes. 8:31. Oh, they probably started at 8:31. Paco, get me a coffee with a little cream and half a Splenda. And then at 9:30 goes, Bobby, can you get us another round from Reggio, which is the cafe downstairs. Halfway through the episode. That's incredible. Lewis really did send that. So fucking good. Oh my God, wait, this is so funny. And because they recorded it. 8:23. Whenever they do at night, they always want Starbucks, but whenever they record at night, Starbucks is closed, so they have to get Reggio from downstairs. Paco goes, nearby Starbucks is closed. What would you like instead from Reggio's? And Lewis goes, fuck your slut whore mother. Anyway, that brings me so much joy. Like I said, not my circus, not my monkey. It's not my fucking problem anymore. Have fun on the Regs, fellas. I can't wait to watch this one.
Guys, check this out. The new Story Wars belt.
Oh. Wow. Did you win that? Are you a story warrior? Did you win that fair and square? Did you fight a homeless guy for it?
No, but I am a square, and that's fair.
Well, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
No, I belong in a fair square.
Bad, awful. These are awful. These are terrible.
That was good.
I don't get it.
Like a carnival. Like I'm a clown and I belong in the center of it.
Okay. Bars. Man, I don't believe I didn't win it fair and square, but I belong in a fair square. Who made that? Who did that? A fan?
Yeah.
It looks like it's made of felt.
Feel it. Felt it.
There you go. It is made of felt. What does the back say? I can read that if you can't.
Made in Taiwan. Oh, we're not allowed to say that.
It says made by Samduska, New York City, circa 2020 or copyright 2020.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you, fan.
Yeah, extremely cool. Is it for use on the show, or it's just like a fan mail?
I think there's going to be some use of it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what it is yet.
Me either.
But whatever its use for, whatever its uses will be, that use will be done at the new location, which is New York Comedy Club.
Very cool. Very cool. I will not be going anymore.
Stamford, Connecticut. That would be crazy.
Can you imagine? That would be so funny. It's crazy how much of New York City you have to drive through to get there. It's like right there. You go all the way up through New York, like the highway of like, what borough is that? I don't know, but a highway connected to New York, and you end up in Connecticut.
Oh,
this time last year.
Bronx?
Maybe it's the Bronx. This time last year, I was working on Mike Cannon's special in Stamford, New York Comedy Club, Stamford.
That's where Robbie lives.
Yes.
And speaking of Robbie, he had a flat tire, so Dave Smith decided to debate Douglas Murray.
Is that all you have on Story Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Story Wars is moving to a new location. They will not be at the stand
they
anymore.
recorded at Rodney's last night.
Yes, they did. That is a temporary situation.
Yes. But it was
That's
a very
all we
fun
will
night.
say about Rodney's. You went.
It was a very fun. It was very interesting. I thought Stefano was gonna run away with it just by his last performance.
Yeah.
But you'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we will find out. All right, we can move on to part of the problem. This is kind of old news at this point, but it had just happened when we last recorded, so we didn't touch on it. Dave was in a very high-profile debate on the Joe Rogan Experience with Dougas Murray. This affected the part of the problem recording schedule quite a bit because Dave was flying all over the place from Nashville to Texas, back to Texas after Nashville and all that shit. He was on Rogan twice in 2 weeks. And I was going to text him when he said that to our group chat. He was like, I was going to be like, damn, is that special that you're going to be on Rogan twice, 2 times in a row? But I did not. I thought it would be disrespectful. But I don't think he'd take it that way. I just went, none of my business. I'll figure it out.
Hey, Dave, can you get your tongue out of Rogan's ass for 2 minutes to record an episode with us?
The truth is that he was there the second time for this debate, which he had told us weeks in advance. And a couple weeks before, he had said to the chat at partoftheproblem.com, I have what might be the biggest debate of my career coming up.
Whoa.
He goes, and everyone was speculating. He said, I can't say who, I can't say where, but you guys are going to flip, and you're going to be very happy, and I can't wait to do it. And so then I didn't really know anything about Dougas Murray. And I saw online that people were speculating, and maybe he told some choice people, but it had circulated who he was debating. And then there was one, because on Wednesdays it's just Dave, there's no Robbie. So we were like waiting in the waiting room before we went live, and Dave said, I really gotta show Douglas Murray what the fuck is up. He was like nervous about it. He was like, I really have to nail this one.
Yeah, he did like like a dress up montage, but like with reading books before it. Like he did, or not a Rocky
Lifting weights
montage. Yeah,
with books.
Yeah,
like in an extremely goofy movie.
Oh, I was thinking Rocky, where he's like running up the steps. And
oh yeah, it's just like that,
he's
except
punching books.
Yeah, but also in an extremely goofy movie, there's a montage where Goofy is both studying and working out.
Oh yeah,
and that's what I'm picturing. So turns out that
he's doing the thing Mr. Incredible did, where he was doing cable rows with trains.
Right, exactly.
But it's with ideas about the Middle East.
Yeah, exactly. And so it turns out Dave didn't need to be. I mean, I guess it's good that he prepared really well, but he Douglas Murray, according to him, didn't even need to debate.
Yeah, the best way he could have prepared was to take a flight to the Golan Heights.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I'm sure you guys.
Douglas Murray really hit the touch grass defense.
Touch grass. Get off.
Sand.
Log off.
Touch
sand. Touch sand is good. Yeah, it turns out he did not want to debate him at all, and he just kept going.
Yeah, I will say, if we're going even to be in his frame with the appeal of authority, didn't Dave Smith a month before this debate someone at Princeton?
Yes.
Like an Ivy League school? Like, it's crazy to be like, you're not qualified, you're just a comedian.
Yes.
Like, he just did a debate at Princeton.
But so I'm not going to talk about Joe Rogan experience. I'm not going to talk about the debate, but I will talk about the episode that they did immediately following, which is probably the best performing episode that they've done, at least since I started working on it, perhaps ever. It's at almost 500,000 views of him reflecting on it. There's a point where
the Tucker episode hit 1 million.
Maybe. Basically, Dave makes a point, and Douglas just completely dodges it and goes, yeah, that's a great point. But also, I don't get where you come off thinking that you're qualified to talk about this. And then they just he and Robbie in the episode just laugh about it. And Robbie's like, he goes, yeah, that's a great point. Someone really should debate about that anyway. And they're like, he's like, that's why I'm here. That's why we're here. We're supposed to debate that. And I said this to Dave when I saw him at Skanks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm his producer and I hear things through Dave, through his point of view, I obviously hear it favorable to him. And so when I listen to the episode, clipping it, because also sometimes, plenty of times, they tear apart a clip that I agree with.
Sure.
I listen to it being like, I should give it, at least listen to this episode of our show, which clips the Joe Rogan Experience, and see what they're talking about. And it was so bad. Dave was so right. He's so nailed. Like, red-pilled. No, it's just because he's pro-Palestine that I'm on this thing. It's like the most lefty take that he has. Is
Pro-Palestine,
like, hey,
Ohio.
Stop killing babies. I went, no. Douglas Murray is just arguing semantics. It's crazy how many semantics he's arguing and not actually ideas.
Yeah, he was using girlfriend arguments.
Yes.
He was trying to bring up receipts.
He was trying to bring up receipts about things that weren't even relevant. Yes. So there was that. It has done nothing but good things. It's so funny during the meeting today, the weekly meeting. Lewis was like, he's like, all right, now that I've hit everything I want to hit, I want to know like what you guys are doing to grow your shows. And then no one had anything right away. And I almost hopped on and went, what I'm doing to grow my show is have Dave Smith host it. That's what I've been doing personally to grow my show, and it's working.
Hey,
we can move on.
I don't think I knew who Douglas Murray was
Me either.
before this.
Me either. I had to Google him.
Is he more like a dunking moose type or more like a point guard?
I don't know. He seems to be more of a dunking moose type. What team is the Moose?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's just
It could be a head of a duck. It's just
it's just
so
an animal.
Just a goofy head and running a race around.
Yeah. Cool. All we have left is On the Gate. You want to end with that?
Yo, this is very quick. We don't have to spend a ton of time on it, but
Okay.
So they were talking about they got in typical Gator talk, OTG, On the Gate talk. For those who don't know, On the Gate is a podcast on this network with two former convicts turned comedians.
There it is.
And they had two dirtballs of two of our favorite dirtballs on.
Two of our favorite dirtballs,
and
correct.
Rachel Williams, who I don't know well enough to call her that.
I don't
Dave
think she is.
Temple and Chris Faga on. And so they were discussing fights that they've witnessed and experienced.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how you can tell when a fight's over because, or Gio said this. Gio was like, you can, or I think it was Gio. I don't remember exactly who it was, but someone said you can tell when a fight's over because they start getting gassed, and then all of a sudden the people start stepping in, pretending like they were trying to stop the fight the whole time. Like people only
now that the fighters are weaker and easier to split up.
Now all of a sudden they act like they've been trying to stop it the whole time.
That's funny. That's great.
And then so Dave tells a story about how one time he saw two older men fighting, and after they were done fighting, some black woman goes, "Y'all had enough?"
Nobody wants to admit it, but this is how every fight ends. Is both guys are starting to get tired, and then all of a sudden, all the people who haven't been fighting can break them up.
Oh yeah, I
That
never
is
forget. I saw a fight in a hair salon once. Two big fat girls, and the one girl got the other girl down, and she was literally straddling her, right? And then they both just kind of got tired, and then she just. And they both just on it. One is just laying there, and the other one's just on top of her, and they both. And then you hear somebody, "Y'all finished, huh?" And then
most times titties pop out in a girl
y'all
fight.
finished is so funny.
And Chris was just like, "Y'all had enough" is so brutal.
Y'all had enough. It's like, you guys done playing over there?
Yeah, y'all done.
That's so funny. That reminds me of when
That's literally the Birdman. Y'all finished, y'all done.
That's reminding me of when Dylan and Derek Drescher got in a fight, an argument here at the studio.
Yeah.
And they were arguing in the threshold of the back door. So the door was open and one of them was in the studio and the other one was on the patio. And I go, if you're going to fight, shut the fucking door. And it didn't have the effect I wanted it to have.
Oh yeah,
I was like, pick a side.
You went full Italian grandma that day. You're like, you're breaking my heart.
I did. I was waving a flip flop around for some reason.
A rolling pin.
Rolling pin.
From what I saw.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the same type of shit. It's like, y'all done yet? It's so funny.
By the way, speaking of Story Wars, guess what I saw at Story Wars last night?
Who's that?
Sean Malia.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Tim Dillon got him in.
Nice.
Yeah.
He just is a comic. He's the champ. He's the people's champ.
Yeah, he was telling me he does not want to box at Skankfest this year.
He won. Why would he fight again?
Because they're bringing back boxing to Skankfest NOLA.
I just kind of feel like, why, if he already has his title, why ruin a good thing? You know? Like, why quit while you're ahead, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Your one hair was bothering me, and now they're all bothering me. It's not going to stay. I'm making this the thumbnail.
It didn't. Well, then try to balance.
Sorry, that wasn't impolite.
Get the frame where it was sitting still.
Yeah.
Halfway
off because you're always leaning against
TTI
the
was
wall.
today, and they had Kendrick Lamar's sister on, Leah Lamar.
Oh. She seemed fun. The episode seemed funny. I don't really know her, but it seemed good.
Yeah. Not too much to say from that one, but just check out the episode. Check out Mike Racine on the Madhouse.
Cool.
They really got into it.
That was this week?
Yeah.
Jorge said that he liked that he was kind of roasting Maddie, even though he was the guest. Being like,
Jorge, what was that about?
He's on HSR now.
Is it? Are they? Did they?
They're about to start. Yeah. He said that it was funny how Maddie would start talking about something that she had already talked about, and Racine would be like, "That's funny. That would be funny if we didn't already talk about it. Like they don't want to hear us say that again."
Actually, it was kind of the opposite. So I want
Really?
to actually hear what you say about this as avid. Well, maybe you're less of an avid podcast listener than I am, but everyone out there
Definitely.
is. If they're watching this show, they
Sure.
are pretty
Regular listeners of
podcast
podcasts.
enthusiasts. So
Right.
if we're talking about conversational form ones, not like the fucking
Story Wars.
Not even that, but just Story Wars, but like the narrated
History,
articles or whatever.
yeah.
But like the real, so like Racine was like, we had kind of drifted the conversation away, and I always feel like if I'm listening to a podcast, I'm like, no wait, go back to the other riff.
Sure.
I thought that was funny, so we should do that now.
Oh, I
And
think
I-
that's a good sentiment.
And I was like, yeah, but now that you've acknowledged it,
I agree.
it's not fun.
I agree. That's like being like, this isn't funny.
The problem, so the problem with that episode, the only thing I'll say, because I do love Maddie and I do love Racine,
Yeah, me
was
too.
because they're so good friends and they're pretty good together. At the beginning of the episode, they go, "I was thinking so hard about how much fun we were gonna have," and then it's just like you're building it up too much.
All of that is dangerous. One, saying I'm building up how much fun this is about to be. And two, going, hey, I don't like this thing that we're currently doing, are all bad form. It's like getting on stage and being like, this is a bad crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the less you acknowledge, the better. Pretend it's all off the cuff. Pretend you're not even being recorded, kind of.
Yeah, it's like
The more you draw attention to the form, the worse it is.
It's like
That's my take.
Yeah, it's like running on the balls of your feet.
In what regard?
Bad form.
Oh, very good. I'm actually excited to listen to that episode because I love Maddie and I love Racine.
Yeah, it is funny. Don't get me wrong. There
Yeah,
are
I wanna listen
there are
to it.
funny parts, but it's just so I am of the opinion, even in that, regardless in that context of going back to riffs, I kind of like a riff to be where it was because as someone who clips podcasts a lot of time the tags on a riff, and this is so inside comedy
Ugh.
baseball right now, but
Hated
the
that.
tags on a riff, they just they're funny in the moment, but they don't add as much as you think they do.
It's like you had to be there.
Kind of. Just like now, I used to, when I started making clips, I would leave in these big portions of the podcast just because I wanted every single tag and everything in there.
Yeah.
And now I just am like, no, it's about a moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree.
You know, it's about one feeling that you've extracted from the person.
Yeah, completely.
So I'm always I want the jazz, baby. I want the scat.
Yeah.
I want the Duncan Mooses.
Yeah.
And I think this has been Gas Digital.
I think it has.
Now.
I think this has been Gas Digital now.
A Gas Digital wrap-up show. Guys, listen, we've got a big challenge for you, okay?
Yes.
We want to try to get to 1,000 subscribers on this very YouTube channel, and here's how you can help us out. We are going, wait, I said that wrong.
Wait a second. Here's how you can help us. Subscribe. That's
Yeah,
really it.
hit
The
bell,
point.
hit the bell, and if we get 1,000 of you guys,
That's the important part.
to hit the notification bell and subscribe, we will do a no bar held AMA. Ask us anything. Nothing's off limits. We're naked. You're clothed.
You're naked. Oh.
Everyone's naked. That's what they say to picture the audience.
Might even do it live. We're trying to figure it out. But
we should do it live.
I would love to do it live on GaS.
Yes.
I think that would be great. So if you subscribe and we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, GaS Digital Now on YouTube. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, we will do a nothing off limits AMA, and whatever you've always wanted to know about us, we have to answer it. Anything. I might collect questions on Instagram a little in advance. Natalie DeChico edits on Instagram, perhaps, to send me that. Follow That's Hot. That's my other podcast. And Mike?
You can follow the GaS Digital accounts at GaS Digital on Instagram and Twitter for more updates and promotions regarding GaS Digital. Subscribe to us. Subscribe to gasdigital.com. I don't think we said that yet.
Use code NOW.
Or Insta, but now also works to be able to actually use code.
Lewis said you guys have quite a lot of subscribers through Insta. Okay, share. You have to share with this show.
Okay.
Code NOW.
Code NOW and use, and that will get you a major discount at sign up, and you can get all of the episodes that are behind this very paywall. There's paywalled episodes here, folks.
There are
you can access
thousands of paywalled episodes.
But specifically for this show.
For this show, there's like about 80 paywalled episodes.
You can watch our relationship unfold in real time.
That's true. That's true.
And all you have to do is sign up to see that story. It's a nice story.
It is a nice story.
And
it wasn't always nice.
Yeah, and see all the good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
And that's what we call each other.
I think that's enough. Goodbye, everyone.
Wait.
He's not gonna do it.